Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I'm so happy you're here today because we're going to talk about something that every person faces at least once in their life, a job interview. You know, for many people, even the thought of attending a job interview brings nervousness, sweaty palms, a fast heartbeat, and thousands of thoughts running through the mind. What if I say something wrong? What if they ask a question I can't answer? Or what if I don't get the job? Trust me, my friend, I completely understand that feeling. I've been there. I still remember my very first job interview in New York City, standing outside a tall glass building with my resume in hand, wearing a suit that felt too tight and a heart that was beating faster than usual. That day, I realized something important. A job interview is not just about your qualifications or your degree. It's about your communication, your confidence, and how you present yourself to the world. In this video, I'll walk you through everything you need to know about job interviews. How to prepare for them, how to speak, what to say, what not to say, how to dress, how to express confidence, how to handle difficult questions, and how to make sure you leave a lasting impression. This is not just a guide. This is a full real-life explanation from my personal experiences, the mistakes I made, and the lessons I learned while applying for jobs in the United States. Before we start, let me ask you two questions. Have you ever attended a job interview and felt nervous or unsure what to say? If you could ask the interviewer one question about your dream job, what would it be? Tell me your answers in the comments section below. I'd love to read them. All right, let's begin. 1. Understanding what a job interview really is. A job interview is not a test. It's a conversation between two people, one who wants to hire and another who wants to be hired. It's a meeting where the company wants to know who you are beyond your resume, and you want to know whether that company is right for you. Imagine this. You're sitting in a bright office in Los Angeles, across the table from a manager named Mr. Johnson. He smiles and says, "Tell me about yourself." At that moment, what you say defines your first impression. The way you talk, your tone, your eye contact, even your smile. All of it speaks louder than your words. Many people think a job interview is only about technical skills, but that's not true. Employers in the US care deeply about soft skills, communication, teamwork, honesty, and attitude. Think of it this way. Your resume gets you the interview. Your personality gets you the job. So let's go step by step and learn how to handle every stage of a job interview, from preparation to final impression. 2. Preparation before the interview. Preparation is the key. If you walk into an interview without preparation, it's like going to a war without a plan. Here's what you must do before the interview. A. Research the company. If your interview is at Microsoft in Seattle or Tesla in California, learn everything you can about them. What do they do? What are their latest projects? What's their company culture like? Who founded it? And what's their mission? When you know about the company, your answers become more meaningful. For example, if the interviewer asks, "Why do you want to work with us?" you can say, "I've always admired Tesla's innovation in clean energy, and I'd love to contribute to a company that's shaping the future of technology." That sounds natural, confident, and personal. B. Practice your self-introduction. The first question in almost every interview is, "Tell me about yourself." This question sounds simple, but it's actually very powerful. It's your chance to tell your story. A good self-introduction has 4 parts. Who you are, what you do, your background or education, what you've achieved or learned, what you're looking for. For example, my name is Alex Carter. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I graduated in computer science from the University of Texas, and I've worked as a web developer for 3 years. I'm passionate about building user-friendly websites that make people's lives easier, and I'm excited to bring my skills to a company that values innovation. Simple, professional, and confident. C. Prepare your outfit. In the US, dressing well for an interview shows respect and seriousness. Men should wear formal shirts, trousers, and polished shoes. Women can wear formal blouses, blazers, or dresses. Avoid too much perfume or accessories. Keep it neat and clean. Remember, your appearance speaks before your words do. D. Prepare your documents. Always carry a printed copy of your resume, a cover letter, and any certificates or ID proof in a simple folder. Even though most U.S. interviews are digital now, being prepared shows are. 3. On the day of the interview. The morning of your interview is crucial. Don't rush. Wake up early, eat light, and arrive at least 15 minutes early. If your interview is in San Francisco, plan your travel. Check Google Maps, traffic, and public transport schedules. Nothing is worse than being late and entering the room breathless. When you enter the company, greet everyone politely, from the receptionist to the interviewer. In America, small courtesies matter. A good morning and a genuine smile can go a long way. When you meet the interviewer, shake hands firmly, not too hard. Make eye contact and smile. Say something like, "It's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity." These simple words show confidence and gratitude. 4. During the interview. Now this is where most people feel nervous. The actual conversation. Let me tell you, an interview is not about perfection. It's about connection. The interviewer wants to see if you're the kind of person they'd like to work with every day. Let's look at common interview questions and how to answer them. Q1. Tell me about yourself. As I mentioned earlier, keep it short, structured, and confident. Don't repeat your resume. Tell your story naturally. Q2. Why do you want this job? Never say, "for the money," or "I just need a job." Instead, show enthusiasm. Example. I've always admired how Google values creativity and teamwork. I'm excited about the chance to work in an environment that encourages innovation. Q3. What are your strengths? Talk about qualities that match the job role. Example. I'm highly organized, detail-oriented, and I always meet deadlines. I also enjoy working in teams where we can share ideas and learn from each other. Q4. What are your weaknesses? Be honest but positive. Example. I used to struggle with public speaking, but over time I've taken communication workshops and practiced speaking in front of small teams. Now I'm much more confident. Q5. Tell me about a challenge. You-faced interviewers love this question because it reveals your problem-solving ability. Example. In my previous job, a major client changed their project requirements at the last moment. I quickly organized a meeting with my team, reassigned tasks, and we delivered the project on time. It taught me how to stay calm and adaptable under pressure. Q6. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Show ambition, not arrogance. Example. I see myself growing into a leadership role, managing projects, and contributing to the success of the company. Q7. Do you have any questions for us? Always say yes. Asking questions shows you care. You can ask, what does a typical day in this role look like? How does the company support employee growth? Avoid asking about salary too early. That comes later. 5. The power of body language. Your body language speaks before you even open your mouth. In a job interview, it can make or break the first impression. Think about it. Imagine you walk into an interview room in Chicago, shoulders slouched, eyes down, fidgeting with your hands. Now imagine you walk in standing tall, smiling confidently, and making eye contact. Which version of you would the interviewer want to hire? Here's how to control your body language. Sit up straight. It shows alertness and confidence. Maintain eye contact. Not staring, but confident and natural. Smile genuinely. It makes you approachable. Don't cross arms. It looks defensive. Keep your hands relaxed on your lap or the table. Use hand gestures naturally. It shows you're expressive and comfortable. When I attended an interview once in Boston, I was so nervous that I started tapping my fingers on the table without realizing it. The interviewer gently smiled and said, "Nervous?" That's when I learned. Small body movements can reveal what's going on inside. So stay calm, breathe deeply, and remind yourself, this is just a conversation. 6. The art of communication. Now let's talk about how to speak during the interview. Good communication is not about fancy words. It's about clarity and confidence. A. Speak clearly. Avoid mumbling. Speak slowly and clearly so every word is understood. For example, instead of rushing, say, "I believe I can bring strong problem-solving skills to this position." Take short pauses. It makes your words sound powerful. B. Use positive language. Replace words like "I can't," "I don't know," or "I'm not sure" with phrases like "I'm open to learning." I haven't done that yet, but I'm excited to try. I'm confident I can handle that with some guidance. This shows a growth mindset, something every U.S. employer loves. C. Listen carefully. Communication is not just about talking. It's about listening. When the interviewer speaks, don't interrupt. Nod occasionally to show you're engaged. In one interview at Apple's office in Cupertino, the interviewer asked me a complex question about teamwork. I paused for a moment, thought carefully, and then answered calmly. Later, he told me, "I liked that you didn't rush your answer." That shows you think before speaking. That one comment taught me the value of listening and thinking before answering. D. Don't memorize answers. Many people rehearse every line like an actor reading a script, and it sounds robotic. Instead, understand your story and speak naturally. Use your own words. Interviewers want to talk to a real person, not a rehearsed one. 7. Common mistakes people make. Let's be honest, we all make mistakes in interviews, but knowing them early helps you avoid them. Here are the most common mistakes I've seen and made. Arriving late. Always plan extra time for traffic or parking. Bad-mouthing previous employers. Never say anything negative about your last job. It makes you look unprofessional. Talking too much or too little. Find balance. Give complete answers, but don't over-explain. Using slang or informal words. Avoid phrases like, "yeah," "you know," "like." Keep it professional. Forgetting to smile. A smile adds warmth. Don't underestimate it. Not asking questions at the end. Remember, interviews are two-way. Show your curiosity about the role. I remember once in Houston, a candidate came in and didn't greet anyone properly. He looked down the whole time and left without saying, "Thank you." Even though his resume was strong, he didn't get the job. Why? Because attitude matters more than degrees. 8. After the interview, what you should do. Once the interview is over, don't just leave and forget about it. Your behavior after the interview can leave a lasting impression. A. Say thank you before leaving. Say something like, "Thank you for taking the time to meet me today. I really enjoyed learning about the company and the team." This sounds polite and professional. B. Send a thank you email within 24 hours. Send a short thank you email to the interviewer. It can be as simple as, subject, "Thank you for the opportunity." Dear Mr. Johnson, thank you for meeting with me today for the software developer position. I enjoyed learning more about your team and the company's projects. I'm very interested in the opportunity and hope to contribute my skills if given the chance. Best regards, Alex Carter Simple, clear and professional. Many people skip this step. But trust me, it can make a difference. C. Reflect on your performance. After the interview, think about what went well and what could be improved. Did you speak clearly? Did you maintain eye contact? Did you handle the questions confidently? This helps you grow for the next interview. 9. What to do if you don't get the job. Rejection hurts. I know it does. When I was in my early 20s in Miami, I attended over 10 interviews and got rejected 9 times. At first, I felt like giving up, but then I realized every interview was teaching me something new. Sometimes, not getting a job means something better is waiting for you. So instead of being disappointed, email the company and say, "Thank you for considering me. I'd appreciate any feedback that can help me improve for future opportunities." This shows maturity and professionalism. And believe me, some companies remember that and call you back later. 10. Real-life interview story. Let me tell you a real story from my life, something that completely changed how I viewed interviews. A few years ago, I had an interview at a marketing firm in Los Angeles. It was my dream company. I prepared for days, practiced my answers, ironed my clothes, polished my shoes. But when I entered the interview room, I froze. My throat went dry and I forgot what I wanted to say. The interviewer, a woman named Ms. Thompson, looked at me and smiled. She said, "Take your time, Alex. Don't worry. I know interviews can be stressful." Her kind tone relaxed me. I took a deep breath and decided to be honest. I said, "I'm a little nervous because I really want to work here. I admire your company's creative work and I've dreamed of being part of it." She smiled again and said, "That's the most honest answer I've heard all day." We ended up having a friendly 30-minute conversation about marketing ideas and creativity. 2 days later, I got the job. That experience taught me something powerful. Authenticity wins. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be real. 11. Tips for virtual interviews. Since many interviews in the US now happen on Zoom or Google Meet, let's talk about that too. Check your internet and equipment. Make sure your mic and camera work perfectly. Dress professionally. Even though you're at home, wear formal clothes. Choose a quiet, well-lit place. Avoid background noise and clutter. Look into the camera, not the screen. It creates eye contact. Smile and speak naturally. Pretend the interviewer is sitting right in front of you. One trick I use. I place a small sticky note beside my webcam that says "Smile." It reminds me to stay warm and confident on camera. 12. How to handle salary questions. This is one of the trickiest parts of a job interview. If the interviewer asks, "What are your salary expectations?" don't rush to answer. Smile and say, "I'm open to discussion, and I'm more focused on finding a role that fits my skills and goals." If they insist, give a range, not a fixed number. For example, based on my experience and market research, I believe a range between $60,000 to $70,000 annually would be fair for this role. This shows professionalism and flexibility. 13. Confidence. The secret ingredient. Confidence doesn't mean being loud or arrogant. It means being calm, sure of yourself, and positive. You can build confidence by practicing answers aloud, speaking in front of a mirror, recording yourself and improving your tone, visualizing success before the interview. Before every interview, I used to say to myself, "I'm ready. I know my value. I will do my best." That small sentence changed my mindset completely. 14. Final words. Believe in yourself. My dear friend, remember this. Every successful professional once sat nervously in front of an interviewer. The difference between those who get the job and those who don't isn't luck. It's preparation, attitude, and belief. You might not get every job you apply for, but every interview will make you stronger, smarter, and more confident. So next time you walk into a job interview, whether in New York, Seattle, or Austin, walk in with a smile and remind yourself, you're not just being interviewed, you're also choosing where you want to work. Before you go, let me ask you two simple questions. What is the most difficult interview question you've ever faced? What's one tip you'll follow from today's video to improve your interview skills? Tell me in the comments box below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. And if this video helped you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful English and life learning stories. Because remember, every interview is not an ending, it's a new beginning.